Be honest for a second. Have you ever felt that your mind is working against you? You sit down to study, but suddenly you are scrolling. You promise you'll move on, but you are back scrolling their Instagram at 2 a.m. You want inner peace, but yet your thoughts keep pulling you into anxiety, regret, and fear. It's wild how sometimes nobody outside is hurting us. It's our own mind that becomes our battlefield. Students feel it during exams when focus slips away. Working professionals feel it when imposter syndrome hits at midnight. And heartbroken souls feel it the hardest when every song, every corner, every silence reminds them of what's gone. You're not fighting the world, you're fighting yourself. Your mind whispers things like, "You're not ready enough. You will never find someone again. Why even try?" And the scary part? You start believing it. Why it happens? Because the mind is untrained. It's like a wild horse that's never been shown direction. When life is smooth, it behaves. But the moment pain enters or discipline is needed, it drags you into overthinking, scrolling, comparing, and spiraling. The breakup didn't break you. The work pressure didn't break you. It's your own mind that did. And that's exactly what Krishna taught us in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, your mind is either your biggest supporter or your biggest sabotizer. When it's aligned with you, you focus better, love healthier, heal faster. But when it's undisciplined, it becomes the source of self-destruction. So the real question isn't why the life is so hard. It's how I can make my own mind my ally. Before we continue, let me ask you something. What's weighing on your heart right now? A heartbreak, a prayer, a dream, a worry, a question? Just grab your phone or notes and start writing. Write a letter to Krishna. Write and talk to him as if he is a compassionate friend. And he is. If you want, you can send these letters to modernaimystic@gmail.com. You can keep your name or stay anonymous. Every Saturday, in our Letter to Krishna episode, we read out these letters with the same devotion that you have put into writing it. And we also give a personal reply, because sometimes writing to Krishna isn't about finding instant answers. It's about letting go. It's about understanding that you are not alone. So what's in your heart today? There is a story about a young seeker who visited a sage and said, "Every time I try to move forward, my mind drags me back into pain and distraction. What do I do?" The sage smiled and pointed to two identical doors. Behind one lies peace, behind the other lies chaos. Both are inside your mind. Every moment you are choosing which one to open. The seeker asked, "But how do I choose peace?" The sage replied, "Right now, chaos feels familiar. You have opened that door so many times, your hands moves on autopilot. But daily, if for 5 minutes you knock on the door of peace, one day your mind will start opening it naturally." The seeker practiced. Slowly, his mind became his companion. The lesson? Habit shapes the mind, and the mind shapes your habit. To make your mind your friend, let's try the simple SIT sit practice. Step 1. See your pattern. Stop fighting your thoughts. Just observe them. Notice when your mind spirals. Study time, scrolling instead, healing time, stalking their profile. Awareness is the first step to breaking the autopilot. Step 2. Interrupt the spiral. When your mind starts slipping into fear, overthinking, or that familiar loop of pain, don't let it run on autopilot. You have to break the pattern before it breaks you. Try this. Take 60 seconds to breathe deeply or drink a glass of cold water mindfully. Step outside for a quick walk. Write 3 lines in your journal about what you're feeling right now. It sounds simple, but that one small pause can save you from making a big mistake. Krishna calls this abhyas, conscious redirection. It's not about controlling your thoughts, it's about interrupting the spiral before it takes over. One pause, one breath, one moment of awareness, that's where you take your power back. Step 3. Train with tiny wins. Don't try to fix everything in one day. Build small. Start with 25 minutes of study, 10 minutes of meditation. Delete their number for today, not forever. Tiny wins make your mind trust you. And when your mind trusts you, it starts supporting you. This is Vairagya and Abhyas, detachment plus practice. Not running away, but training yourself to be steady. Your mind was never the enemy, it is just untrained. Treat it not like an enemy, but like a younger sibling who needs love and guidance. Train it gently, consistently, and it will walk with you, not against you. So, right now, is your mind helping you rise or quietly pulling you down? What's one step that you will take today to make your mind your ally? If this message hit home to you, do us a favor, hit that like button. Share this with someone who is fighting their own mind right now. And subscribe so Krishna's wisdom keeps showing up in your feed when you need it the most. Let's build a community that turns the mind from enemy to ally. See you in the next. Till then, Radhe Krishna and take care.